2 parcels, saltwater pool, maybe the best sweeping views in all of Hawaii, and a helicopter pad.
Welcome to Hale Makaha. I am excited about this one. This is something we have never done before on this channel.
This one-of-one luxury estate on the west side of Oahu is 2 parcels, almost 90,000 square foot of land, over 3,000 square foot of living, theater, saltwater pool, potential elevator shop. The nicest home we've ever shown on this channel. We're excited to show you guys. All right, so for you, ocean view or mountain view? Which one is?
Oh, mountain, 100%.
As you look at this.
As I'm looking at that, that's a hard statement for me to say, but I just feel like it's gonna be killer from down there too.
We've talked about it on the channel before, the Makaha Valley mountain view. This is probably one of the most underrated views on the island, dare I say, maybe in all of the state.
I don't think people even know it exists. Not a lot of people spend that much time out here to begin with. And when they do, when you think west side, when you think Makaha, you don't naturally think green valleys, you think ocean. But this, woo.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
This also feels like I'm pulling into a 5-star resort.
When we pulled up, I said, does it go Andaz for you?
A higher level of elegance and intentionality. I think it's this little fortressy area right here. And it's cool because we have like the dichotomy of modern,
I was gonna go contrast, but same smell.
Yes, same.
Yeah,
and then right above it, just green, mountain, valley views, Mauka,
blue skies, white, blue, green, earth, lined by these thoughtful red and green tropical Hawaiian landscaping. If you're going to be out here, you're certainly going to entertain and people will have came further to see you. And there's tons of parking.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go 1, 2, at least 4, if not 5 vehicles with 2 rows, so 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Add another 5, 6. I mean, if you include the driveway, you could park 50 cars. I don't know. So one of the first things that I observed coming into the home is the contrast between gray concrete, this intentionally lava rock style concrete as well, which you find in the Howard Hughes Ward development, higher end Hawaii, right? Contrasted with the birch and then the open air.
I think this is a very good sneak peek and just to the whole theme of this home. Nature against like very modern.
And even this concrete is nature, right? So some might argue, well, this isn't nature.
This is what I'm talking about here, this guy.
But this is intentionally made to look like Big Island.
Yeah, like lava rock.
Rugged, new, energetic rock. So this home is a little over 3,000 square foot.
Ooh. You'd think just this level is that.
It feels much bigger than 3,000 square foot. And then I think because of the vast view here, you walk right into it.
Yeah.
So it's like you walk inside to outside.
Yeah. The home is designed to maximize and make the best use of that feeling with all of the sliders here. It's meant to be used open air. So you open all of these guys all the way up and it's just boom, immediately that. And when we talk about the 3,000 square feet of the interior in this home, that's not including the lanai.
Yeah.
So the lanai makes this even like a bigger, grander, more, and right now there's nothing on the lanai, but I guess you could put stuff out there if you wanted to indoor, outdoor live as well.
You could certainly have furniture pieces, especially lined right here because you're gonna capture this view here. We're bouging it up a little for this video, right? But tell me not, Kenj, every guy, when they walk in here, they're gonna see if you can clear that, right? Did you think about it?
Guaranteed.
They think I cannot clear it.
Oh, I don't think. I know.
Let's see.
He thinks from that angle. When you stand over there and look over the ledge, it don't look that far. But look at how far it is from here.
100% I'm clearing
Look,
it.
Derek, did you look at it from this side?
I did.
Leave us a comment if you think Derek would make it. My vote is no.
Let's get back to featuring this amazing property. But before we do that, there's a saying. I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Back to the schedule program. It's like a country song. I'm not as good as I once was. I mean, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
But one time, I'm as good once as I ever was.
Right, so it's a big open space. They're using this as the dining set here, right next to the big island in the kitchen. I feel like you have to come from this side to observe the kitchen because it's modern, and then they have this window here Again, with the nature and the green meets contemporary and modern in the home.
Also the green, no pun intended,
No pun
that I look like Caleb.
Maybe you look, well, how you sing though?
Not like Caleb.
I don't prefer to wash dishes, but I feel like I could do that here.
You don't prefer to wash dishes?
I don't prefer to wash dishes. I feel like that's what you have kids for.
Yeah, I mean, look at those mountains. Wow. Yeah. Interesting choice though, right? Because you would think that they may design it so that the sink
goes that way,
overlooks the ocean, right?
Yeah, however, it's just very like functional on the outside, and let's boom, enjoy this moving out this way. Cool thing here, this area, while it may just look like a corner of the room where you might put a nice plant, this actually can turn into an elevator shaft.
It's already prepped. They already have the wiring and all of the things you would need for someone to come in, cut this drywall out, and place an elevator here, and you see continuation of that on the bottom floor.
Yeah.
What do you do here? A chair?
I do a swiveling chair, like one of those round chairs that can turn 360.
This is a combination of, I want to enjoy my wine, chat with whoever's preparing the charcuterie board, and then occasionally swivel and catch either a sunset or whatever.
How tall do you think these ceilings are?
You know, I don't know how tall the ceilings are, but tell me not. If you're a surfer, especially if you longboard, you go, okay, 9, 10 feet, my board. So then therefore this is a
18.
I was gonna say 18.
Yeah, maybe
18 foot ceiling.
Yeah.
No, my 10 goes above that line, a little bit above that line, like the next dot.
Oh, really?
16 to 18 feet.
Yeah. I mean, you come in through the biggest store you've ever seen into a room that has 16 to 18 foot ceiling. It definitely feels like a grand entry room.
Yeah.
And I can see why this is someplace you would host and have events, because it's like breathtaking nature coming in. Your drive-in is amazing. And then you even step into the house, and the home itself has like an exhale of like, oh, wow. It just feels very grand.
Well, the owners designed it with entertaining in mind. That was the intention for this home. In a way, because of the way the entrance is, you know, it shows you the concrete and the rock and the wood, all like it frames the entire house right there. The blacks, whites, browns, grays. But you step almost inside into outside.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're stepping outside by coming into the door.
Yeah.
And I think that was intentional. All right, so the home is meant to be...
I hate it.
Normally in our videos, we just talk, but...
We want to give the attention and the care to this home that it deserves. And this is a different level of luxury.
Special, so it's a special video. So the home is intended to be lived in kind of indoor, outdoor. Because I was kind of hot outside in the sun. As soon as I opened this door.
Oh, that like definitely, all the breeze that came through. So we're like a tangible difference. Like it's actually breezy in here.
It's giving Ward penthouse, right?
Yes.
Like amazing bathroom with these birch doors. But then you also have the entire Makaha Valley.
Yeah.
You have this ocean. And keep in mind, the ocean views and a penthouse of even half this size in Ward could be double, triple the price. Check out this bathroom.
Even just the lighting fixtures in the house, like everything is just a step up, a level up. The pocket door is birch.
The pocket door is birch. Well, so it's actually barn.
The barn door.
The barn door is birch to the water closet.
Yeah.
But then, consistent with the home and giving it the attention it deserves, you didn't have to have this inlay for an art piece here, but you kind of had to have this inlay for an art piece here, right? This is just bedroom one. Another bedroom on this floor, living area with fireplace. Go check it out.
Okay, although you could certainly treat that entryway area as a like sort of living space, this feels like, oh, this is a cozy little den and like a little like entertainment family nook.
Yeah.
Where you have your TV here, again with the windows, so that you I feel like every space that you're gonna occupy maximizes views, maximizes your surroundings in this area.
You know what? I'm gonna contradict you a little. They could have intentionally designed the living space to make it ocean facing. There's a level of like, okay guys, stop it, enough. Like I'm trying to watch movies right now, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't want the sunset coming in behind.
Yeah.
I intentionally want to, you know, you're a kid and you make the fort with the blankets. You do that to like feel protected, right?
To
when
be
you're a
cozy
kid, you want to cozy up,
yeah.
right? Even though some might say, hey, how come they didn't put the TV so it's overlooking the ocean? I like this a lot. And to your point, you still have the mountains right there. TLDR, I can actually focus on movie night.
Yeah.
Or, hey, we've entertained, we've talked about this business deal, this merger, this acquisition of this $100 million apartment building.
Sit down and get serious.
Let's sit down cozy where we can focus on one another.
Yeah.
You need that in a home.
I mean, with something as open as this is, that is a good point of like, where can you be where your energy is focused inward? Because it feels like everywhere else you want to be like, whoa.
That's a good way to put it. You know, I want to talk to the architect and see, did we get it right?
He's like, no. I told him not to put the TV over there.
No. He's like, that's surface level.
Yeah.
There's double entendre. There's triple entendres. Yeah.
This is my favorite bedroom in the house. Oh, I'm like in the doorway and it's already like, oh. Okay. I mean, you asked me a question earlier. Did you ask me that or did Kenji ask me that? Could I actually like live in a home like this?
Many people looking at this home are looking for the entertainment value. But if you're actually into the market for this home, go to coreteamhawaii.com, go to the bottom, fill out the contact form. My assistant is on 5 days a week. They'll reach out to us, get us in contact with you right away. And the other 2 days, we try and follow up and get right back to you. If you're looking at a home like this, a piece like this, it may be a piece in the repertoire, in the portfolio for X amount of days and months per year, or it may be a primary. Assuming you are at the $100, $200 million net worth level where you could either choose to live in a place like this, which, by the way, it's very reasonably priced. And you don't need to be worth $100 million to buy this home. However, would you live here as your greater than 6 month a year home base for Hawaii?
When I first was asked that question, it was in the kitchen. And that's very intentionally made to host and to gather. And there I thought, I don't know, this feels just too much like something that I'd use just for certain parts of the year to just have a wedding or have a family something. But as I'm like actually spending some real time in the spaces that are created to bring you peace, I'm like, okay, I could definitely see myself being here for 6+ months out of the year.
Well, that's a good time to cue the reveal shot with these built-in blinds.
I could wake up to that.
Imagine breakfast in bed, waking up to this.
If you guys have maybe seen our Maui video, this very much so to me feels like the views that you get when you're up in Launiopoko. Multi-million-dollar homes up there. And this is the experience you get where, there's a lot of things in between you and the ocean, but because of the elevation and the slope and where you are, and in between the valley here, it feels very just like expansive and unobstructed. Maui
offers these proximal ocean views. Ocean, quick cliff and or mountain, and vast views. It's hard to find that on Oahu. Pupuke on the North Shore, Hawaiian Ridge, Lilipuna and Kaneohe, and then here. These are the only places you find views like this. And oftentimes, if you take like a Makakilo, for example, which you wouldn't find this home in Makakilo, but even if you were to, in front of it is the economy, the industry, the rail, homes, subdivision. It's hard to find this view on Oahu, period. It's hard to say what this home would be worth in, say, Hawaiian Ridge.
10, 12 million?
North of 8 million, probably 9 to 12 million would be my guess. Even more if it included all of this land, because again, this land goes past the helicopter pad, just beyond to the edges of that brush. And so if it were that in Hawaiian Ridge, then even much more. But if it sort of stopped here where these rocks are, the first parcel, north of 8 million for sure, whereas this home is priced a bit over 4 million.
I mean, we didn't even talk about, you could even, say you're hosting a wedding, right? Say you're doing something. This whole area could be parking too. You're probably using that pavilion and that whole other space down there.
Well, depending on the size of the party, etc. That's a good segue into going downstairs because on the ground floor, which because it's on a hill, they're both the ground floor, but on the bottom floor of this home, you could park your Bugatti, your Lamborghini, whatever piece that you have. Covered. They've made it so that you could even pull your car into the home. The home could be modified to accommodate that.
You're trying to see if you can run and jump?
No. Although I did think about if I could run and make it. The problem is it's really shallow there.
That's the problem.
I'm making that. There's no doubt I'm making it.
What were you looking at?
Even in a home like this, kids will be kids. And 2 square games going on right here.
2 square?
My kids have been playing 2 square and they have these rules like you can't throw it in the corner, you can't hit it too hard. I'm like, what are these modern
gentle parenting
10th place trophy rules? Like, all right, let's go downstairs. The transition downstairs is interesting because it almost feels like the fire escape of a high-end resort or something. And at first I started to think sort of negatively about that, but as I put thought into it, I like it because even though this home doesn't have a detached guest quarters, because of that transition and the segregation of the 2 floors, this accomplishes 2 things. It feels like guest quarters, separate from the primary quarters, and it also feels like an extension of the pool. It's a pool house and a guest house at the same time, but on the first floor of the main entire home.
Yeah. Another thing to point out, when we came in and we first come down the driveway, luxury feels like a resort. You're pulling down this long driveway, big parking pad. But if you are living in a luxury home like this, you probably have a luxury car.
Yeah.
And this little secret area down here, which is hidden when you're upstairs, you can't even see it, wouldn't know it's here, completely covered.
So completely covered. Mm-hmm. But if you're even further worried about the elements, the owner and the architect had future visions of being able to pull your car into the home right here.
Yeah.
This concrete wall is intentionally pushed wide enough that most standard cars are going to be able to fit in. Once you get to about here, driver's door, pops right open.
So the one room in the house that feels really like closed in and like a little cave just so happens to be the room that you would want that for anyway. So this is the home's theater.
Should we get rid of this?
I looked intentionally set there. Let's go. How's the form?
No rock, just strict.
Why every moat gotta make that noise when they...
What do you mean every moat?
What? Okay, so something we learned about this room is that although it's currently more of a den, a theater room, if you wanted to later on down the line try to convert this into a bedroom, add a closet, and the builder actually left a spot or a slot upstairs for a window to be able to drop in here. So if you wanted to put a window, that's what that was up there. Right now, 3.5, but this very intentionally was built so that if you wanted to create a fourth bedroom, it would be easy to do that.
Well, you can play guitar. Not with those nails.
We gotta pop a pink because it is Song Contest Week for Kamehameha schools.
Oh, really? And
yes.
you are...
Well, next week is Song Contest
She
week.
is pink, yeah?
And my daughter is the pink class, so represent.
But it's been a while. I don't play often.
It's not tuned, though. Yeah, soft.
I don't want to touch their guitar.
I don't want to touch the guitar.
You want to retune it? Maybe they're playing slack
ding,
key.
ding, ding.
Watch out, you might get copyright.
Oh, because it sounds just exactly like the voice going like...
Screwed it up.
No!
I don't play that out. Almost.
That was so cool. I was actually thinking, oh, this is like making me a little bit emotional. And then just that last, no.
And then the emotion was joy.
And then I was mad.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
If this becomes your home, well, Mahi's got a lot of kind of swag and flavor, you know. But are you getting less thoughtful, but obviously beautiful pieces of art for these places? What are you doing?
I feel like you know what I'm doing with all these places. I'm making an entire plant wall.
My bad. Mahi has a plant
Crazy question.
problem. Sure. Green would look amazing.
It would just add that one extra element of like nature. Would fit really well in this house with the concrete next to it. It just would just be like even more elevated.
But what do you put in addition to the plants?
Art. For me, maybe like pottery. Like a nice piece of ceramic something, or like a hanging piece of art that the light, because they already have like the
is it Hawaiian?
Yes, it has to be.
I feel like
a pele something.
You tell me, because you Kamehameha grad, etc. But I feel like you could go really nice green plant to green it up, and then like a black and white picture of different eras of Hawaii's past and or important figures. Yeah. With the green.
That would be beautiful. But now that I've said it out loud, I'm obsessed with the idea of having like different stages of lava flow. Red erupting, orange into like the lava flow, into, you know, the lava rock on the ground, into the kupu fern coming out of the lava rock, that first green that comes out.
Oh, imagine the rock that has a live plant in it, yeah? Mm-hmm. She's like, obviously, that's what I was talking about. Talk to everyone who's not from Hawaii about attaining rocks and how you should approach that.
Well,
Because you're not just flying to Big Island, picking the rock you like, and putting it in your home in Makaha, right?
That becomes the living, breathing land that we are on. And you don't just take that living thing and remove it from where it belongs and take it elsewhere. You just don't do that. You know, if you care about that kind of thing, you want to be respectful of the culture and respectful of the land, which of course is always a good idea, no matter where you go, especially in Hawaii where we're so small like this. Pro tip, just don't take the rocks with you.
Let's take a look at what would be like the quintessential guest room.
Yes.
Because it is so separate from everything else. And although it doesn't have the reveal of the primary, it's still, you're waking up to that.
Would you? No, I wouldn't, because I like having this.
Would you?
Would
No,
you? I mean, I would not, but I like having this like level of separation here for a little guest whatever situation. But it's not like you couldn't make this into like big French doors or like big sliders that if you wanted to have them more indoor, outdoor, just have a reveal and keep it still a bedroom.
You could French door this.
But I wouldn't.
Although I think French doors initially, the same path you took of would you? No, I wouldn't. Although the French doors seem obvious, I think it would be a miss because you want some privacy. Still, even though the home's so open, you want some privacy.
Especially if it's being used like how you mentioned, like, hey, more of like a guest situation downstairs. You want that. And these are closed right now, but these are all sliders just like we see upstairs. So you can open this whole downstairs level up as well if you wanted to just really flow out into the entertainment space. And then obviously it makes the most sense to have a nice little shower that's easy to just walk into. You can rinse off from the saltwater pool. And then
towels.
Beach towels, stuff down here, pool towels, I should say. This feels very nice for a downstairs washing machine bathroom, like laundry room bathroom. It's very
because
nice.
It's not just like the hallway bathroom in a normal home. It's the extension of the pool.
I think there's dark cabinetry upstairs, so that like contrast, you know, a bright white quartz kitchen with like modern, tall, I don't think there's even like fixtures on those too, which makes it a little bit more elegant and modern looking on the cabinets. I love the dark.
With the brightness and the ocean and the greenery, and then this dark intending to be lava rock.
I want to hang a plant in there so bad.
I feel like I'm showering outdoor waterfall, Big Island.
And that, what are those things called? Shower head.
What is this called in hula?
The ua coming from the sky above you in this bathroom.
Yeah.
Like the shower head helps.
Yeah.
For just the overall
rainfall
experience.
shower.
Rainfall shower head.
We're almost done with the inside. Then we get to the outside.
Oh, okay, look at this. Could be a living space for sure, which it is.
And this does the same thing as the upstairs living space in that it's a space to catch some outdoor views, but also to focus in. Yeah.
That is really smart, actually. I didn't even think of that before, but just like the polished concrete, the outdoor furniture, the shower being right there, all the doors being open, you really can just continuously have your experience like anywhere on this bottom floor. Have my towel and like make sure I'm all dry and changing my clothes before I come in here and have a drink.
Right.
Or like come in here and relax. And then I can, boom, throw my robe down and like go straight to the jacuzzi right there too. So
depending on the timeline, you know, when your guest showed up. You're meeting an important business partner and they showed up a little earlier in the day. So we're not going to push drinks into the night. You know, the sun goes down, it's going to unwind. That could happen right here. Bring the food down from upstairs or just enjoy the snacks. Maybe we're barbecuing outside. That can all happen right here. And can exit stage left right here. Your vehicle may be parked right there and you're out.
And we're under the kitchen, which means that this little nook around the corner here, if you were to put an elevator, this is where it would pop you out downstairs. As gorgeous as the inside of the house is, to me, I feel like we saved the best for last. Look at the arches, the waterfall like style arches framing the ocean in the background. I mean, this is the luxury experience. This is where you come to the home and you're like, wow.
Again, I like the fact that if I have guests that are staying, I still like that this is entirely separate. I can have someone over for a decent amount of time, overnight, multiple nights, and it still feel very private.
Yeah.
So they can be here enjoying their coffee, hanging out, having conversation, in and out, and we can exist separately until we come back together outdoors. The outdoors really brings you together, interestingly. This is what brought you to Makaha.
Yes.
This.
Yes.
That's how you were in escrow?
No.
We're in escrow in a home. And there's a space for a pool.
Yeah.
And if ever I were to have a pool,
You were in escrow?
I'm in escrow.
Oh my God. You and Aiden both went into escrow while I was gone?
We're in escrow.
I'm like missing all kinds of stuff. And this is what we're doing?
This is what we're doing.
Because I'm obviously going to be a part of your build process of your pool outside. Our whole team, Core Team Hawaii, is going to. build a pool at Derek's house.
If I were to have a pool, I need attached hot tub, fire features. You know, there's some level of FOMO that you're looking at the saltwater but not near it. And if this were to be a chlorine pool, it might even offend me. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be offended, but
I'm slightly offended
but
if this
I
is chlorine.
am definitely satisfied that it is a saltwater pool.
I don't want no Florida Hilton smell when I'm looking at that, right?
That's true.
And the home's meant to be lived in and out of, and with a pool of this size, and it just, very good job.
Yeah.
Very good job.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love the how wide the steps are coming down.
Yeah.
Because I'm lounging, I'm half in the water, I'm laying on the step.
I love how you said present tense.
Oh yeah, I'm lounging.
Yeah, but people would be, right? Because there'd be everything from mom and the wives just sipping mimosas or whatever the case may be.
A mimosa.
Very, you know, starting early.
Not a mimosa, a mimosa.
Mimosa, whatever. Or a sunset glass of wine.
And you know what I like about this? This is a big pool. This is the size of pool that I feel a home like this needs to have. But the outdoor space is paved so that it's not like, oh my God, they like took up all the space with that pool. There's so much room outside to entertain and do other things, as well as like the huge grassy lawn because of how big this lot is.
To your point, we can play pickleball right here.
Oh yeah.
I just want to rub a little dirt in it. Like I want to take this beautiful, just perfectly designed home, you know, play pickleball. I'm thinking of the CEO, the boardroom member who walks in a t-shirt, who's like, yeah, come out to Hale Makaha. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's amazing. But we're gonna play pickleball or whatever.
Oh, you put a cornhole over here.
Cornhole right there.
I'm sorry, but poriki horseshoes.
Poriki horseshoes.
Poriki
Yeah.
horseshoes.
You can chip some balls right
Oh yeah.
I couldn't drive here because you know I drive like 300. Right? Some other people might be able to use their driver here, not me. But you know, you can chip some balls here right into the next parcel. So the obvious thing to do would be build an additional dwelling on this next parcel. If I don't do that, I'm either creating a green and I'm chipping. Maybe if my kids play baseball, play some sort of sport, I'm designing that as like kind of a sports complex for them. One thing to mention is they are actually not subject to the HOA dues.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
That's a unique thing about this property. So am I getting a horse?
Oh, are you getting a horse?
Maybe.
I don't know. Get plenty goats down there, eat all the grass. But for me, I mean, in my $500 million era, my husband, who flies helicopters, could probably use that.
Would he want to?
No.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Cool.
He loves flying. So the other thing I was thinking was, I'm not really into like yoga and meditation as much, but this would be perfect where the helipad is now. Because up here, you're like modern. I would maybe go a little bit more Indonesian, Bali.
Farmhouse, mountain,
Even
modern,
that.
barn dominium.
Just,
something
like
down
a
here,
little barn dominium. Retreaty feeling, like a retreat from the retreat even.
Oh, you know the other thing? Killer gym right there.
Oh yeah. If you are going to live remote and you want to live there for longer stretches, a home gym is nice to have. Amazing
home gym. I'm probably putting it here just to make sure I have a little more view.
You know, is it obnoxious to want another jacuzzi down here?
Yeah.
I want a private one, and I want it like the whole back side of it to just be like palms or something. And then because I don't want it to be by the house, I don't want it to, I want it to just be like a nice jacuzzi area for your like nighttime wine, like away from the main structure. It is obnoxious, but I want it.
I see your vision, and I retract my previous statement. You're pointing out there's a lot of opportunity to expand upon what is already near perfection.
Yes.
So there's actually 2 TMKs or tax map keys. When we talk about the opportunity to develop another home or multiple additional cottages, do that right here. Say this is the family retreat, right? This is the boardroom members, the CEO's family retreat where they all come for weeks at a time and families can really get away from each other, which is what you might want to do with my families. We need 50 steps and 50 foot of gain and elevation with my family.
Oh, you can't even see them from down here. Yeah. Okay, I just had a thought and I'm obsessed with it now. The way the parcels are situated, like the elevation of each of them, like this is the farmhouse retreaty Mauka mountain people. You can create a whole nother vibe and a whole other feel on the second parcel down here. Because this, I mean, when we were on the stairs talking, I was looking at you, so I didn't almost even like pay attention to it. And then I looked up. I don't know, Kenji might have saw me make a face, but I was just like, oh, because that is crazy.
For my wife, she would want the focus to actually be that. And then the afterthought to be the ocean, which is counter. Most people are moving to Hawaii or spending their January and February here. You focus on the ocean, right?
Right, yeah.
But that might be the better focus.
Yeah, not that it happens all the time, But when we do have like the heavy downpours, you get these like little west side waterfalls. Like imagine just how crazy that looks.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mountain, modern, mixed with Hawaiiana vibes. Some may prefer this level of the property. Leave us a comment. Do you prefer the higher level of the property that's focused around the ocean, or would you add something to the effect of what Mahi's describing, another home or cottage down here that is focused on looking at this mountain?
But I mean, you can definitely still see the ocean from here too.
You can definitely, yeah, you can see plenty of ocean.
Yeah.
It's just different. This might be the better view. This is very, very, whoa, stop you in your tracks.
Yeah.
Even Hawaiian Ridge, even Pupukea, Diamond Head, even Lilipuna, some of the best ocean views. You don't get mountain and ocean at once.
This is just like the West Maui's, like the West Maui Mountains, like Launiopoko.
Yeah.
Where you're set in the westerly mountain range and then you just see ocean. It's the same thing. I mean, right on the other side of this is like, this is Makaha. We see how we have the North Shore on the other side of this.
Right.
No place else on Oahu are you backed up to something that is just like so, I mean, of course, the ko'olaus, beautiful, magical.
Give the ko'olaus their respect. However, there's maybe 1 or 2 properties on Lilipuna where you see both and they are far away.
They're far away, and the level of like seclusion and land you can get here while also being your backdrop is just an undevelopable, like beautiful mountainscape. It's just something you don't get here. It's just very rare.
Last point on that, cue sort of like the Great Migration west. I'm thinking like homeward bound, I think. Coming over the mountains, shadow. And there's this, just this humbling force of nature overtaking you, as well as the ocean, which is the other humbling force of nature.
Yeah.
To some, this is the best possible setting for a Hawaii escape in the entire state.
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, thanks for coming. Aloha. Appreciate your time. Aloha. Have a good day, you guys. Thank you. Right on.